Welcome to Windy City Fantasy Football Week 7. Officially halfway through our season. So definitely getting down there in the days. It was another record-breaking week. Sam scored 168.2 points. He couldn't even let me have my...
Hey, looky here, 4 of 5 in week 6. So 6 for 10 for the season. Hey, in a world full of guesses, here are this week's predictions. Samuel, Sue, Matt, Austin, and Jen. And look who's sponsoring this week? If you want to fly, they have transparency.
my throne for very long. The previous highest ever score for the week was like 154. Sam just crushed it again, 168.2 to remain undefeated. That is simply a lot of points, and that is a train that keeps rolling. So the other winners were Austin, Michaela, Sue, and Lindsay got her first win of the season. So as the playoffs stand right now, Sam, of course, has the number 1 spot. He would play Matt, and Michaela would play Sue. But Jameson and Austin are on the rise. So that's how our playoff picture is shaping up. Our teams, Bears had a tough loss. Falcons had a tough win. So that's where our teams are. Since it is halfway through the season, we wanted to touch in again with our first round picks that we said we were going to kind of track throughout the season. The best picks are Zeke Elliott, Todd Gurley, and Saquon Barkley. They have just been the best overall. Saquon Barkley is on a team that's going downhill, and he still has been able to be quite productive. Zeke Elliott's having a bounce back year, and of course Todd Gurley and the Los Angeles Rams are the other real team to beat right now. The big disappointments, Le'Veon Bell still isn't playing, still isn't supposed to play this week. Antonio Brown, same team. He's had bursts. He had a really good week last week, 2 weeks ago, but still overall has been kind of a dud. And then David Johnson, another floundering team in the Cardinals. And then everybody else that's just kind of okay. Kamara definitely dropped off with the other running back coming back. Kareem Hunt, the Kansas City Chiefs are high on offense and low on defense. So sometimes that works both ways. Odell Beckham, Leonard Fournette have been just average. Not anything exciting or terrible. Just average. So that's been kind of interesting once again to follow how our picks went throughout the course of the year. Definitely the best was Michaela's Todd Gurley, and the worst was Craig's Le'Veon Bell. The story of 2 players there. So, but never count out a bad September team in November or December. Just, especially for the pros, there is still a lot of season left. So, our booms, busts, and big outs. Thielen had another good week for the Vikings. Trubisky had another good week for the Bears. That was kind of the bright spot for the Bears from what I understand. Jameis Winston had a bounce back as well from, not playing. He had a good week. Melvin Gordon was the best running back of the week, as noted by Sam's 160 points. And Austin Hooper was the best tight end of the week. Big bust, just overall, Julio Jones doesn't have a touchdown yet this year. What do you think about that?
It's tough to say.
The Falcons are floundering, that's what I think. The Houston Texans defense had a really good week. They would be a boom, but the offense was a bust. Deshaun Watson threw 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. Will Fuller had another terrible week. It just wasn't going for them. But luckily the defense had a great week. Once again, Sam's defense. And then Baker Mayfield has kind of leveled off after his hot start. So a little bit of a bust. Big outs. The first one on the list is Quincy Enunwa, the one that we struggled to pronounce last week. He's out. Cooper Kupp, not the concussion related. He hurt. Help me out. Something. He's going to be out for a couple weeks. Josh Allen got hurt, and Devonta Freeman is on IR. So that's some players to note. We talked about that Quincy Enunwa is now the only one that wasn't on anybody's roster. So just some things to note. Take them out, swap them out. Make sure that we don't have zeros on our bench or on our roster if at all possible. So that was kind of the summary of the week. It was kind of a rushed week. This coming week, the buys are the Steelers, the Packers, the Seahawks, and the Raiders. So make sure you don't have any of those teams in. We did mention last week that there was some London games. There's another London game this week and next week as well, I believe. So just kind of, they played at the normal times, but just something to, keep your eye on if you believe in jet lag or whatever. The Thursday game is Denver versus Arizona. And the Monday night game is Atlanta versus the Giants. So that's where those all are. Finally, this week, our matchups are Jen versus Jameson. So we'll see if I can stop the rising Jameson. Turn my season around. Sam versus Michaela. We'll see if Michaela can stop the Sam train from rolling down the tracks. Emily versus Matt. Craig versus Sue. And our next edition of Battle of the Couple, Lindsay versus Austin. So we'll see who gets bragging rights for your guys' household. And that's it. Kind of short and sweet this week. We've been busy running around life. Have fun, all of you that are in Florida. We are not. We are here. So, yeah, I think that's all I've got. What do you got?
Good night, everybody.